We have some huge news to share with you today. Instead of heading back up the East Coast for hurricane season this year, we are heading south to the Dominican Republic. We are nervous, but very excited to go south and explore a new place. Currently, we are heading back to Marsh Harbor from Eleuthera to pick up our friends Renzo and Sarah, who are going to be staying on the boat with us for a little while.
It feels great to be kind of like in the bank over here and just sailing, going like 5 knots, engine off. But we're feeling great. We're just trying to get up to Marsh Harbor, which should take like about 4 hours or so. That's like 20 miles-ish, maybe 5 hours, depending on how fast we can keep going.
We unfortunately had to say goodbye to Hunter and Bridget for the season as we go our separate ways. But we have plans to meet up with them again next season and are really looking forward to it. Renzo and Sarah flying in meant that they were able to bring us some spare parts that we needed. If you remember, previously our sewing machine's fuse popped and we didn't have a spare. So we now have a bunch of spares for it. A few videos back, we tried to fix the button up front that brings the anchor up. Oh no. That didn't end up working out, but that's okay because our friends brought us a new one so that we can replace the entire button. We also bought a bunch of backup switches for it in case it breaks again. We installed the new button and Patrick wired it in. It's finally working again. This seems like a small repair, but I'm honestly super excited about this. I wanted to chat with you all about how we're doing outside of all of this pretty footage in the Bahamas. I think we wore ourselves out a bit with that big repair and then rushing down here. Honestly, I feel like we've been rushing for 1.5 years since we bought the boat, and maybe we just needed a second to breathe. I apologize if that tiredness has been coming across in our past few videos. I think we're really coming back into ourselves here, and are excited to put our hearts and our authentic selves back into our videos. Renzo and Sarah are a little bit more camera shy, which is fair. Not everyone wants a camera in their face all the time. Patrick and I may be the weird ones out on that one. They're also not boat people, so it was really neat for Patrick and I to be able to take them around the Abacos and show them what it's like to live on our boat.
Now this is truly the coconut crew.
We took them over to Man-O-War, which we've never been to before. We checked out the coffee shop, and I ended up getting this handmade bag from the sail shop. Unexpectedly, weather opened up and we're gonna go to Green Turtle. This trip over to Green Turtle is kind of full circle for us. When we crossed to the Bahamas last season, mind you with almost zero experience, we broke down in Nunjac Key, which is right next to Green Turtle, where we have been dreaming of reaching. But unfortunately, we had to turn around and sail back to the States to haul out. Now, 1 year later and another major repair later, we are back and finally making it to Green Turtle.
We're going to Green Turtle. I didn't think the weather was gonna work out for us to like be able to go up and back without it being like kind of too crazy because of going through Whale Cut. But I think things are calm enough that we'll just try to go through Don't Rock Pass, which is like a little shallow, but I think we'll be okay. I talked with a couple folks and I think like should be fine. We're going at high tide too, so high tide should give us like 3.5 feet, which is like basically all we draw. Yeah, then we're gonna get to see Green Turtle Key, which is something that we haven't even actually gotten to see. But we're also super stoked to take Renzo and Sarah, our friends, there. I'm gonna make it my goal to only film Renzo when he's eating.
Every shot.
This was an interesting time to have friends on our boat because all 4 of us work remotely. So there was laptops everywhere, meetings in different corners of the boat, and it was funny that Talia kind of became this co-working space. It was a tight space for 4 adults to work from, but it was really fun and it was nice to have so much life on the boat.
We're going through Don't Rock Cut. So far we've only seen like the lowest I think was like 6 feet underneath us, which puts us in like 9.5 feet of water. But we're not at the really shallow part just yet. We're sailing like 4 knots, so kind of like nice and slow. Have some good waves behind us, pushing us along. So not too uncomfortable of a journey, but we'll feel better once we get over this. This is like the shallowest spot I think of the whole shebang. Right here. Coming up here in a second. 5 feet underneath us. We just saw 4 feet underneath us, which is not a ton, but if we were at if we were at low tide, we'd have 1 foot underneath us. So that would be far, far worse. 4 feet's not so bad in comparison, especially because we only draft like 3.5 feet, we kind of say conservatively, because we put a lot of weight on the boat. We made it past Don't Rock Cut. We saw 4 feet underneath us, kind of horrifying, but fine. There's these rocks over here that we had to avoid. Just 7.5 more miles to Green Turtle, and kind of can't wait. Got a little queasy today. In this weather?
Yeah, still a little queasy.
Oh my.
I thought you feeding me cookies.
Renzo! Look at that man.
Because we have a shallow draft, we ended up anchoring right in Cocoa Bay, which is where folks go to see stingrays and sea turtles. You could also anchor right outside the main downtown area, but I think we made the right choice for us. Our first day in Green Turtle, we dinghied over to the beach and swam around with the sea turtles and stingrays. Today's gonna be a super cool day because we got a rental golf cart and we're gonna go explore Green Turtle, which we've never seen before. So I'm really excited. I think it'll be fun to kind of zip around on the golf cart, which we've also never done.
Yeah, we have Renzo and Sarah, friends of the channel now. I don't know how much they'll be in it. A little camera shy, but that's all right.
Not everybody wants to be on camera.
Not everybody wants to be a YouTuber, Mr. Beast style. Green Turtle was like the spot we wanted to get to last season before our engine broke. So it feels kind of like a nice wrap up of the Abacos to get to Green Turtle and actually get to see it. We got to see the stingrays and the turtles. Yeah, time for an adventure.
It's going. We took the golf cart over to the main part of town to get some breakfast and walk around the area.
Breakfast at the liquor store.
They didn't have any chicken sauce. So.
That's okay. Yeah. You did a little jump up the stairs.
If I had a bug, I'd give it to you.
Instead, we're just bugless.
Bugless and
The quest for a perfect conch is...
It's all got holes in them. I think that's how they get eaten by other animals.
Yeah, somebody cracks open their little shell.
Sucks them out.
We'll find one day.
I want to do the everyone at sunset blows the conch. We don't have one.
No.
I want to participate in the ritual of blowing it at sunset.
Instead, we just kind of yell.
Yeah,
like
we do. We just try to mimic, which is less cute. We used the golf cart to explore more of the island and check out some of the other beaches. Y'all see the color of this water? So pretty here. I hope we get to spend the whole next season in the Bahamas. Whole group is in the water scraping the boat. I had to get out. I don't know if I just like pushed it, but I was like in there scraping the boat and I just got incredibly dizzy. I feel like sometimes I almost get like sun sick, which obviously genetically I wasn't really meant to be down here, so but I got a liquid IV to rehydrate. I'm already feeling better. After exploring Green Turtle for a few days, we made our way back to Marsh Harbor to drop off our friends so they could fly home and so that we could prepare for our journey south. We headed over to the hardware store to pick up 5 more jerry cans so that we can carry more diesel with us on our trip. Very innovative, love.
Thank you.
I like your style.
Oh, thank you. Just grabbing some extra diesel because we're going through the thorny patch. Not yet, but
Soon.
soon. Soon enough that it made sense to go get jerry cans.
We also did a few other maintenance things in preparation, like changing the engine oil, oil filter, cleaning out the water strainer, and replacing the impeller on the water pump. We are like 5 days out from taking off for the Dominican Republic. My anxiety is building a little bit. I'm also very, very excited. I'm excited to get there. We've just never gone that south, so this will be the first time. It's actually not further in distance than it would be for us to go up the coast. It's about 600 nautical miles both ways. So in that sense, it's the same distance. There's less resources along the way. So we've gotten a bunch of jerry cans and fuel and planning this route very carefully on where we're going to be stopping. Patrick's the one who plans our route, let's be honest, but I'm very excited to go somewhere new. I'm very excited not to go back up the East Coast right now. I'm kind of bored of it at the moment. I'm looking forward to this. I'm a little nervous. We've never ventured this far, so it'll be a brand new adventure.
We wanted to quickly chat with you all about our Mantis anchor. We have had our anchor for 6 months now, and granted, this is much larger than what we need for our boat at 65 pounds. But we spend so much of our time on anchor, we wanted to feel secure. And boy, oh boy, do we feel secure. We dig in first time almost every try and have not dragged once since installing our new anchor and chain. We do have a partnership with Mantis, but we fell in love with their products long before that partnership occurred and highly recommend them if you are in the market for an anchor, chain, or other boating accessories.
We're taking off for the Exumas today. How you feeling?
A little nervous, but I think we got it.
We're gonna be okay.
It's just like 24 hours.
Yeah, we've done way longer.
We've done way longer. It's always just the inlets that give me pause. But
yeah,
it should be totally fine this time around. We've done a bunch of research on them, so should be okay.
Right now we're gonna go do our laundry. It's 8 in the morning and we're saying goodbye to our guests today.
Yep.
So we're doing all the laundry. We already got groceries and then we're gonna be ready to take off.
Just one overnight sail and we're good.
Just lifted anchor in Marsh Harbor. We are taking off.
Not a ton of wind yet. I think it's supposed to pick up a little later tonight. We got probably like 10 knots of wind, 8 to 10 knots coming from the east. But we got the head sail out. We got to kind of like zigzag down here. So we'll wait till we get closer down to the southern end of the exit before we put the mainsail up. We keep having issues where our mainsail will, like, if it flops between, like if the boom moves from one side to the other, the sail can sometimes like twist itself in the batten. It'll get caught on the rigging in a really annoying way. So gonna have to figure that one out. Maybe we just gotta take down, we have actually like 2 backstays at the moment. We have like this adjustable backstay and this main backstay. So we'll just have to take a look at how we want to go about doing that, but that's probably not a problem for today or even until we get to the Dominican Republic.
We are, excuse this, I'm just protecting myself from the sun. We're almost out of the bank. We got like 40 minutes left and then we'll be in the ocean. So far, everything has gone really, really well. Our sails look good. We do still have the engine on. We're only going 4.6 with the engine on. Hoping for a not too crazy night.
We've made it out of the inlet. Only one incident with a power boat blasting through right as we were getting through. As it goes. Yeah, we finally got to turn the engine off. We only got like 10, 11 knots of wind, but we're still going like 4.5 knots. It's supposed to pick up a little bit through the night, but feeling good. I'm excited to be out on the ocean. We got the waves rolling us just a bit, but it's really not so bad. It's fun to be sailing. Well, this will be life for like the next 10, 12 hours or so. Just gonna lay down, get up, check every 15 minutes, adjust sails as needed, but mostly this is sailing. A little bit boring. I've come to appreciate the sails where it's just very boring. It means things aren't going so wrong. Knock on wood.
It was pretty rolly last night. Much more calm now. We've got like Spanish wells, Eleuthera, kind of protecting us. We're still in the ocean, but yeah, it's much more calm now than it was last night. We were getting thrown around quite a bit. Nobody got sick, so and Talia's doing great. Sails look good. So besides it being kind of bumpy, it's been a really good sail. We haven't had to use the engine since we got out here. It's just been sailing along. It's been going really well. Something I've noticed recently, now that we're not just trying to survive living on the boat, is that our actual sailing skills have been improving a lot. Most of that credit goes to Patrick and the time he's put into learning, but I see a huge difference in his confidence and his love for sailing from when we first moved on to Talia. Obviously, we still have a long way to go and there's always more to learn, but it really does get easier.
We are going through the Fleming Channel, which I think is on like the southwest side of Eleuthera. This is the way to avoid going through a thing called current cut, which I was reading has like 6 to 8 knots of current running through this like 300 foot wide channel, which that sounds way too insane. So we kind of just stayed on the ocean a little longer, and now we're going through this Fleming's Channel. It's not so bad. We hit it a little earlier than I wanted to. I imagine we're getting maybe a little current coming in with us, but it is pretty deep. It's like 30 feet, 1.2 miles wide between the island and the reef, so a lot of space for a lot of water to flow through. I was feeling pretty anxious about this part. I'm glad that it's going as well as it is. The wind even calmed down a little bit, and the waves are pretty small. Nothing to worry about. We got this. And look, we get a rainbow as we go through the channel. Look at that.
So pretty.
We are going through this section where there's a bunch of little coral heads kind of scattered about the bank. The first one we saw was sticking out of the water. So we definitely don't want to hit them. So we have Michaela up front and we're just kind of following the chart. I feel like they're pretty well marked. Great job, love. Crushed it.
I saw a shark that was like probably 10 or 12 feet. It was definitely not a nurse shark.
No, that was a scary shark.
It was so scary.
Yeah. I don't know if he was just checking out the boat or what, but
Huge. Biggest shark I've ever
huge,
seen
yeah,
in
massive.
a while.
Crazy. But I think we got through it. Now we're in like 23 feet of water, 24 feet of water again, so should be pretty good as far as little coral heads go.
This is our first time in the Exumas, and oh my gosh, the water is stunning down here. Don't get me wrong, the water has been stunning everywhere we've been in the Bahamas, but this color seems extra blue and extra clear. It is insanely beautiful. We are still making our way to Georgetown, where we plan to stage for our next hop south, most likely to Mayaguana.
We made it over to Big Major Key?
Yep.
Sorry,
Big
Key.
Major Key. Yep, right next to Stanley Key, which I guess is a kind of famous-y. There's a lot of mega yachts and stuff hanging out over here.
I have never seen so many mega yachts.
Yeah. We were like on our way down, it was just like, oh, look at that one. 300 feet, $300 million. It's just like crazy.
So crazy. Anyways, we're gonna go explore some. The water is so beautiful here. I almost feel like it's a little bit more blue in the Exumas, a little less green maybe.
Yeah, than the Abacos.
Yeah. Either way, so stunning. We are gonna be here for a few days and then we're gonna hop over to Georgetown.
Yep, where we'll kind of just be waiting for a weather window to start making some major hops south.
It was funny to realize that this is the first time all season that Patrick and I have been alone in the Bahamas together. It has been beyond wonderful to have so much time with friends these past few weeks, but there is something special about the moments we get to share just the two of us. We are still pretty new to beaching our dinghy, but it has been fun to just roll up and anchor on the beach. We went over to Stanley Key Yacht Club for lunch because everyone says that you have to go while you're in the Exumas. Apparently it's where Jimmy Buffett found out that his song Margaritaville was going platinum or something like that.
Do we just keep layering?
I don't know.
Otherwise I feel like I have to go like...
Okay, back there could work.
Back here?
Yeah, sure.
sharks over there.
We did.
Yeah.
We just were looking at them.
Over there.
I know, those are big ones too. It is a turtle. He's just hanging out on the beach. Here's the turtle, the star of the show. So beautiful.
This water's insane.
Look at it. It's like swimming pool here.
Don't forget to subscribe. Next time we will continue our journey south towards the Dominican Republic. I honestly still can't believe we are going south, and we can't wait to bring you all along with us.